Welcome. This is a sketchbook of mine from 2020, and figured I would just flip through and talk about some of the stuff that's in here. Yeah, so to start, there's a sticker I designed for some friends of mine for their shop and threw it on there. So I date each sketchbook, and I like to play with, calligraphy sort of stuff. Some of them turn out better than others, but I like that one. I think I started kind of strong, maybe too strong, with these drawings. I like them still. But I was definitely thinking about Eliza Ivanova and some of the stuff that she does, the way she handles line work and values, and there will be more of that obvious influence throughout the book. So you'll see that it is mostly figure drawing in here. Trying different things. I have a lot of different approaches to drawing the figure, just drawing in general. Approaches that are more organic versus geometric or construction based. Sketch I did of my brother. Some cats. And these sorts of forms, which it's been a while now since I've played with those, but they can be good exercises in line work, control, playing with form and just how a form occupies space, which I think a lot of visual artists have their means of doing that. A lot of times I'll do that with the figure, but I can enjoy doing more just kind of abstract stuff like that. So skull study there. I'm thinking about the different views of the figure. So I very much enjoy these kind of abstracted flat views that are their front, back, or side, having the figure in profile. So I think a good example of playing with form and actually articulating the way that light is interacting with that form and abstracting those shapes a bit. It's been a while now, actually, since I've drawn some skulls, so it's good for me to look back at some old sketchbooks every once in a while and think about stuff that I was doing that was successful that I could probably pick up again because I just forgot. Here you can see some direct Eliza studies, and if you're unfamiliar with her work, definitely someone to look at. A master when it comes to drawing and design. So that's Eliza Ivanova. I had made a little list of some artists that I enjoy and trying to bullet some of the things that I enjoy about their work, things that I could study more. So we have here Janice Sung, which I don't look at her work very much anymore. There's a lot of great things there, but there are other artists that that I look at more, and those would include Andrew Hem and Eliza, of course, and then Michael McFadden is an old teacher of mine. This kind of stuff is always fun, breaking apart the figure and just playing with that relationship between positive and negative space. Have these half questions to myself. Meaningful art, story, no answer. And something I'm constantly thinking about and kind of having issues over, because my drawings don't tell stories. So sense of narrative doesn't really exist, and I constantly debate whether that's important or not. Most of the time I'm just sketching. These sorts of things tap into stuff that I had been doing prior, and I think about this a lot, how I could return to some of these modes of simplifying figures, abstracting forms, and all of that. Self-portrait. Every now and again, I'll do some of that. So here's drawing from imagination versus drawing from observation, specifically photo reference. And there's a lot of back and forth in my sketchbook between those things, and I find that to be valuable. A couple of different things going on here that are interesting. Just playing with the silhouette a little bit, and then translating that thought into something that has, facial features or more of those interior details. And of course, just exploring shapes of shadow on the face a little bit, and that's fun stuff. There's usually, the typical lighting scenarios, but exploring some other possibilities is always good. And a lot of the times when I'm sketching, at least during the time that I was working within the sketchbook, I'm thinking about compositions for possible paintings and ideas. So I think if things appear in boxes, just trying to be a little more serious about it. And here's a drawing I've always liked, and I tried to translate this to a larger piece of paper. And actually, I also tried a painting of it. Neither of those worked out. And that's something that I'm often thinking about, whether or not that's really possible, if I should just stick to drawing, or if one day I'll be able to translate some ideas, some sketches into the paintings that I would like to see. I believe I attempted this one as well, kind of same result, so. Why do I suck? You can see here there's something a little more planned out. High hopes, and then abandoned for whatever reason. Trying to think about, my control of value in a more subtle way. So, yeah, that's what that looks like. And of course, I would not consider this, a complete drawing, as it doesn't actually express a full range of values, or at least it doesn't have the relationship that would be important for something as constrained value-wise as this. But yeah, and I've noted planar studies needed. Which it looks like I was doing some of with the figure. And I really do enjoy this, just blocking in the shadow shapes with line and filling that in. There's something very satisfying about that kind of loose approach, instead of building up, but just placing those shapes in there. Here we loosen up a bit. I'm playing with angles. I think it's good to do that bouncing back and forth between more careful studies and then just getting in there and making more confident marks. Because things will be wrong, but do it with confidence, and there can be a good outcome. Some kind of pure design stuff. Here, I'm once again thinking about how to simplify values, specifically on the face, and considering what it is that's important, and letting those be areas of high contrast. So of course you have the face framed in a dark value that is the hair, and then eyes, nose, mouth, and just, avoiding all of the real subtleties that exist in the face, in favor of communicating the more general pictorial ideas. Some kind of costume design stuff, which I enjoy, and that shows up on many of my figure drawings, if they're not just nude. So here, yeah, I was thinking about this implied through line, as opposed to here where it's not implied but it is actually there. But if you remove that, there you're left with more motion, and you can move your eye around a little easier, whereas this takes you directly through, and you're gone from the drawing. But this sort of design will keep your eye within the image more. Abstracting out the animal form into that same type of design is just the means of abstraction and exploring motion. Another drawing of myself. Again, thinking about more extreme poses and angles that I can achieve through that is a lot of fun, as well as, just interesting perspectives. working on expressions. So I took a video of myself making different faces, and yeah. Very rare for me. Most of my drawings, typically women, kind of expressionless. This was a fun idea. I think this is back when I had first started thinking about just using the diamond form. And ways to pose the figure in that. And this is kind of like very on the nose, but there's something fun about that. Golem. Elf, man, dwarf. Attempted. This is the Witch King. And then the Fell Beast. Of course, influenced by the movies, but coming up with some designs for those. Whatever. Instrument design. It's a fun idea that me and my little brother had, but yeah, one day it might be realized. These are my little brother's drawings, which are great. Super nice. A lot of these are stained glass ideas, thinking about how to play with those shapes that are possible with stained glass, and yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had there. Very kind of complicated thing designing for that, limitations of the material. These are looking at photo reference, just doing some fairly quick studies. I'd done a digital painting, and I was exploring some other painting ideas that would go with that one that I had created, and the idea was that of a girl growing up. So in the original painting, it's a woman bathing by herself, and then she's bathing her child, and then her child is bathing her as she's old. And painting idea that is still sitting unfinished. I don't know if I'll get back to that. Here's an Andrew Hem study. I love this painting of his. It's brilliant. This stuff is fun. playing with the geometry. And I like this. So I was working from a photo here and then just kind of exploring some character design, obviously derived from that drawing. These are kind of nice, cute. There's some kind of clothing design stuff going on there. It's fun. I don't know why I'm writing my signature. Just playing with it. It's something that can be designed, I guess. That's it. A quote from Andrew Hem here. I like to create cool imagery. And I thought, that's so simple and so good. And then I think, well, what is cool imagery? I don't know what's cool. Turn this into a painting that I do like. So that's good. Banana holding a knife, I think was, someone had asked me to draw that. So I did. And I think that's good. Dang. I love it. Yeah, and then some stained glass ideas. Again, my light idea, which I can't get working the way that I want it to. That is for technical electrical issues that I cannot figure out. Oh well. My brother and I made a dodecahedron out of glass, and that was a fun little project. Drum set in a sapling, or like a little tree thing, a bush. The figures are alright, the clothing design is interesting, and then she's got this derpy face. These are some drawings I still really enjoy. These are just observing the backyard out the window, and then here's the window itself with the yard kind of obscured, just playing with, you know, what it is that you're looking at, where your focus is. And yeah, some qualities there. Thinking about Fiddler on the Roof and the end where they're all leaving Anatevka. Golden ratio stuff. Our figures, I crashed my car. And this drawing after that. Sad day. This illustrator, Karaz, I don't remember his full name, but this was a direct study of his stuff, and then I was just trying to implement some of the design principles and some sketches of my own. He does a lot of things I really love, so I can look at his stuff again. That would be good. More expressions. That's kind of cool. And then a lot of like, well, she's pretty expressive. Sweet stuff. Here's me, I guess, looking not like me. And that is that. So I think that about does it. Yeah. If you watched all the way to the end, because that was a long video, thanks. Let me know if you're interested in seeing another sketchbook tour or anything else, because I'm interested in exploring some different video formats that might include like time-lapse drawings, tutorial type stuff. I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, but thank you for sticking around and watching that and hearing me ramble, because that's what I did. But actually, it was not bad, kind of enjoyable. Yeah. All right. Thank you.